In a world that never slows down, where thoughts collide and responsibilities pile up, many of us live as if we're in a race with no finish line. We chase achievements, stack up tasks, and lose ourselves in the corners of our days. But amid all this noise, a quiet question whispers within. Can I find peace? Not somewhere far away, but inside myself? Inner peace. It's not a perfect moment, nor the absence of problems. It's that small space where we rearrange our soul and listen to what we truly need. And that's where our story begins. Emily lived a crowded life, not just with people, but with thoughts that never rested, and duties that multiplied without permission. A primary school teacher, she returned home each day exhausted from the classroom noise, only to find her mother waiting with a cup of tea and eyes longing for conversation. Though Emily loved deeply, she felt herself closing off more and more. Life seemed to be racing ahead, and she was running without knowing where to. One day, while waiting in line at the pharmacy, she noticed an elderly woman sitting quietly, smiling at passers-by, writing in a small notebook. Curious, Emily asked, "What are you writing?" The woman replied gently, "I write down the moments of peace I find in my day, even if it's just 1 minute." Those words touched Emily like a breeze on a sweltering day. That night, she sat at the edge of her bed, turned off her phone, and opened a notebook she hadn't used in months. She wrote, "Today, a child in class smiled at me for no reason. I felt seen." That sentence was the beginning of a new room being built inside her, a room no one else could enter, but one she could return to whenever she needed to breathe. From that night on, she began a simple ritual. Each evening, she wrote down one moment of calm. A sip of tea, a ray of sunlight, her mother's quiet prayer, or even a pause between two thoughts. Days passed, and something strange began to happen. The pressures didn't disappear, but they no longer suffocated her. The thoughts were still many, but they no longer scattered her. She was rearranging the inside, not the outside. At school, her teaching style began to shift. She started each class with a simple question: "What was the best thing that happened to you today?" And the children responded with small, beautiful things. "My mom kissed me before bed. I drew a tree and said it was me. My friend gave me chocolate without me asking." Emily listened. She smiled. She wrote. She transformed from a teacher who explained to a human who listened, encouraged, and illuminated. One day, while grading papers, she paused at a sentence written by a young boy. "I love school because my teacher makes me feel important." That line was a mirror, not of who Emily had been, but of who she had become. A woman who didn't escape life, but chose to build a quiet space within it. A space that felt like prayer, like stillness, like returning to herself. And in her notebook that night, she wrote, "Peace isn't the absence of noise. It's the presence of a place inside you that noise can't reach."